Is this a mistake? Does this actually say Legions of Good Podcast, episode number 9? Whoa. Is Big Mike's Entertainment, the host of Legions of Good Podcast, finally back? Guys, I know you missed me, but I know you guys didn't miss me as much as I missed you. I missed you guys so much, and I want to apologize firsthand to apologize to you guys why I haven't been here. I don't have an excuse. I don't have a reason. I'm not going to make excuses. The main reason why, and the truth is, I was not in the mood. I was not in the mood. I was not in the right mindset to record a podcast. To be honest with you guys, I watched AEW just about an hour or two ago, and this is the first time I've watched AEW Dynamite in probably 3 weeks. I missed the last 2 weeks. I haven't even caught up. I just said, you know what? There's a lot of stuff going on right now that I could talk about, so I'm going to watch AEW, I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to go talk about everything else afterwards. I have a friend of mine, not going to say any names, but I have a friend of mine. If you guys want to check out his live stream, it's on my Twitter. I've shared it multiple times. He is a gamer. He live streams. Well, he's not really a gamer. He's a kid. He's not a kid, but he's a man who enjoys the video games. And he said, why not record? We're all in quarantine life right now. We're working from home. We're off. Whatever the case may be. Nothing better to do but live stream. That's part of the reason why I thought of this idea. I said, what else is there to do? I go to home, I go to work, I come home. 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 I'm bored. I'm tired. There's nothing to do. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start a wrestling podcast. And the thing is, as I said in my first ever video, I've had a wrestling podcast in the past. Legions of Goons. I've had it in the past. And we probably did 4 episodes, me and a group of my friends. But then I had to count on them to be there. It would be like, hey guys, you guys want to talk about AEW today? And they would be they would have worked all day, they're tired, or they just want to play games. They don't want to be there. So it's like, and I don't want to do it by myself. But then I kept thinking, I'm like, man, what do I really want to talk about wrestling, and I don't need a co-host. I don't need a partner. I plan in the future. I plan on getting guests. I plan on having some of my friends come and join me to talk about AEW or just talk about wrestling news in general. And eventually I want this podcast to be a news-related source. I don't want it always to be just AEW. I want to talk about AEW. I want to talk about NXT. I want to talk about news going on, like the stuff going on right now with... We'll get on to that in a little bit. I want to have this be a news source. I don't want to talk but there's not much going on right now. There's not much in the news, in the wrestling news to talk about that will give people's attention because of everything going on with COVID. It's all COVID news. So and so got COVID. So and so got COVID. So and so got COVID. It's not much, and people are tired of hearing the word COVID. People are tired of hearing about coronavirus. So I don't want to be that news source to talk about COVID. I will be talking about it a little bit today, so I want to say that now. But what I'm trying to get at is one of my friends who started his own podcast. I will put that link in the description. Check him out. If you like Chicago sports, he talks about the Bears, the Bulls, the Cubs, the White Sox, and generally in all sports. He'll talk about the Patriots, he'll talk about the Lions, he'll talk about the Packers. He's not just a Chicago Bear, but majority of his stuff, he's a Chicago football fan, Chicago basketball. He's a Chicago sports fan. So it's going to be a lot of Chicago sports, but it's also going to be sports in general. And he's really good at what he does. He hasn't recorded a while. Once again, there's not much going on. There's not much in the sports world right now. Baseball is coming back, so that's exciting. Basketball is coming back, which is exciting. But there's a lot of trouble with that, with some players not wanting to play because they don't want to play because of blah blah blah. So he is recording an episode, I believe, and posting this month as well. So I will post his links in the description. Check him out. My good old friend got me. He told me, "Hey, have you ever heard of Anchor?" I said, "Anchor? What's that?" He said, "It's a podcast platform where you literally it's your phone. It's your phone. You talk to it like I'm talking to you guys right now, and once you press stop." And you edit it, you put the sound background to it, it will will post to all your platforms that you have on your file. So Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music. I personally send this file to my email. I edit it and I put a clip of it onto my YouTube because I started on YouTube. YouTube was where I started the podcast. I started on YouTube, so I'm gonna keep my YouTube. I don't have much. I have like 28 subscribers. That's not a lot, and I don't care. I don't want to become famous. I mean, if I do, cool. If I get known, I start getting paid. Awesome, guys. Good shit. But I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to become famous. I'm here because I love the sport, and I'm here because I love talking about wrestling. I don't give a fuck about getting money. I don't give a fuck about having followers. If you like me, awesome. And my Twitter will be in the bio. Follow me. But that's not what I'm here for. As I was getting said, one of my good friends who live streams pretty much every day has been getting on my case about get your podcast up. Get your podcast up. Get your podcast up. Do your podcast. And it's one of those things like I said, I was on the mood. And he said, who cares if you're not on the mood? Record something. If it's a 10-minute clip, if it's a 15-minute clip, record something. So every week you have motivation to record again. And for instance, like he said, he's like, I'm not a good gamer. I suck at gameplay. I suck at gaming. But I do it because I'm having fun. And look at him. He has 61 followers on Twitch. He's on his road to 100. He was at, when I obviously was one of the first few followers. I think 5. I started following at 5. And when I saw him get to 10, I saw him get to 15, I saw him get to 30. And the big one was getting to 50. And now he's at 61. So I'll put his Twitch in the description as well. But yeah, so enough of my chit chat. We're going to get on to AEW. First match of the night. Oh, before I talk about the first match of the night, Jon Moxley and QT Marshall were not there because of COVID. Jon Moxley is obviously married to Renee Young, and Renee Young was positive for COVID. And I'm not sure who QT Marshall, but QT Marshall was also in contact with somebody with COVID, so they will both not be on AEW for 14 days. And they're both getting tested to make sure they're clear. First match of the night was Wardlow versus Luchasaurus. First ever lumberjack match on AEW. It was pretty cool to see the big man fight. Everyone wanted to see these two giants fight, and they finally did. The match itself was pretty good. There was a point where Wardlow tossed Jungle Boy into like the heel side of the lumberjacks, and they all started attacking Jungle Boy, and then So they all started attacking Jungle Boy, and then Luchasaurus tried to go out there to help, and then Marco Stunt was out there trying to help, and it was a big brawl outside the ring, and then Wardlow tossed Marco Stunt up and threw him over into the heel side. That was pretty dope. And then Luchasaurus did a jump onto the heel side as well, landing onto Wardlow. They went back in the ring. Wardlow did win the match. Wardlow beat Luchasaurus. After the match, they started attacking Wardlow. They started attacking Luchasaurus. So then Jungle Boy came in, Marco Stunt came in, and then all the lumberjacks came in. It was just a big brawl inside the ring. The second match of the night was Shida versus Red Violet. As Shida was coming to the ring, Penelope, I can't say them, Ford. Okay, I'm gonna say Ford. P. Ford was talking crap to Shida, and Shida was going to attack her, but the ref said no, get in the ring, you gotta fight. She literally beat Red Violet within maybe 2 minutes of the match, and then attacked Ford afterwards. And then Kip Sabian tried to stop it, and then she slapped Kip Sabian so hard she broke his sunglasses. That was pretty funny. Pretty funny. Colt Cabana and Brody Lee versus Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss. Before this match, like I said, I have not been watching. Well, this is the first time I watched it like the last 3 weeks. I guess they were a team last week as well. First of all, where did Colt Cabana? I'll say. Well, never mind. I'll say that after. Joey Janela and Sony Kiss. It was a funny segment with them in the car. They're driving and they're kind of parked at the gas station. And Sony Kiss was like, "You're a bad boy, Joey Janela. Just give him all you got." And if you know Sony Kiss character, he's very flamboyant. He's a gay character. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But he's very flamboyant. And he was just, talking to him, saying what he was saying. And Joey went into the gas station, and Sony Kiss was putting gas in the car, and then there was a couple thugs that came walking up on them saying, "Let me test drive your car, let me test ride your whip," and Sony Kiss said, "I can't do that, blah, blah, blah." Then they tried to attack Sony Kiss, and Sony Kiss fought back, and then Joey Janela came back outside, and they started fighting as a team and took them all out, and then Sony Kiss was like, "I can get used to this," and Joey was like, "Yeah, me too." And then we went to the match. So Sony Kiss and Joey Janela versus Colt Cabana and Brody Lee. Colt won the match by pinning Joey Janela. It was a good match. But like I was saying before, when the hell did Colt Cabana join Dark Order? What did I miss? I know I haven't been here for about 2 weeks, but what did I miss? Like, is that a thing now? Is Colt Cabana Dark Order? I don't know. If guys, please let me know in the comments. What did I miss? Because I don't plan. Not that, like I said, I love wrestling, and you guys, everyone that knows me, like pause on the podcast. Everyone that knows me knows I'm a big wrestling fan. I would consider myself a wrestling fanatic. I don't just watch AEW. I watch AEW. I watch NXT. I watch New Japan. So I try watching TNA every once in a while. I do watch Ring of Honor. I go to a lot of independent shows in my hometown. I enjoy the sport. I enjoy it because you meet a lot of cool people too. Like, I met a lot of friends in the independent shows here in my hometown. I talk to the wrestlers. I talk to Dylan, aka Hornswoggle, every once in a while. I talk to the wrestlers. Nathan Gust, not that you know who he is. Peter Be Beautiful. I met Sabu multiple times. I done a lot of fun stuff way back when I was still in high school. I used to go to the shows and I would help set up the ring. I would help take the ring down. So much fun stuff. Like, I owe wrestling a lot. Like, wrestling has been in my life for a very long time. I get shit talked on me all the time. I didn't start watching wrestling until probably 2005, 2006. So I get a lot of hate. "Oh man, you missed the greatest times of wrestling. You missed the Attitude Era. You miss." And yeah, granted, I did. I like I said, when I first started watching wrestling probably at the end of the Attitude Era. John Cena was debuting. And I took a little break, and then my first ever was at WrestleMania 2020. Was the first. I said it multiple times. WrestleMania 20 is what got me into wrestling. At the end of the day, that is what made me who I am today. That's what made me the fan of Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, Chris Benoit, Triple H, great match. Love that match. Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle, I believe. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. Big Show versus John Cena. John Cena gave Big Show the FU, and everyone was surprised that this little John Cena, 230-pound kid, picked up 500-plus pound, 7-foot giant. So. But I just don't want to go back, especially after watching AEW tonight. Like, it was good. It was a great show, and I am going to watch it next week, and I will be posting next week as well. I promise you guys. I will post next week Friday. You can mark my word. Probably even Thursday. Like, I'm going to probably post this. You guys will probably be watching this probably like 9 o'clock at night. I plan. You'll listen on Spotify at like 7:30, and you'll see it on YouTube by 9. Mark my word. So, yeah. Like I said, tell me why Colt Cabana is Dark Order. SCU versus FTR. Fear the Revival. Fear the Renegade. Fuck the Revival. Face the Revival. Whatever you want to put at that FTR, it is what it is. Beat SCU. They beat SCU in a great match. FTR were calling out the Young Bucks, saying, Young Bucks, you guys left the kiddie table, you guys stood up for the kiddie table, we want you guys, we want to fight you guys at Firefest, we want to fight you, and what are you going to do? Are you going to accept the challenge? All of a sudden you hear the as you guys know, FTR comes into their truck. They come in and they made their debut in their truck. They make their entrance in the truck. All of a sudden, you see Butcher and the Blade standing. One was standing in the trunk of the truck, and the other one was on the driver's side of the truck, saying, "You guys will have to wait. You guys want to wait to fight You guys want to wait to fight the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks versus Revival? Nah. Instead, it's going to be the Revival and FTR. It's going to be FTR and the Young Bucks versus the Butcher and the Blade and our partners who have no fear." Yes, guys, you heard it right. No Fear is back. The Lucha Bros are back. The Lucha Bros are back, guys. And at Firefest, you're going to see a fatal. You're going to see a 8-man tag. I know I almost said fatal 4-way tag. It's going to be an 8-man tag. It's going to be the Young Bucks FTR versus Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Bros. I am excited for that match. I'm excited. The Lucha Bros started attacking FTR. The Young Bucks came out. FTR rolled up the Lucha Bros rolled up the ring. They rolled out. Brian Cage destroyed. Pause. Speaking of Butcher and the Blade, after that match, they had a press conference. I'm gonna take a drink of my water. So if you hear me drinking my water, I apologize. I'm gonna try to put my phone away from my mouth so you don't hear me. So if you do, I apologize. Butcher the Blade used to have a partner called the Bunny, right? We really haven't seen the Bunny lately. Where's the Bunny been, right? We've seen the Bunny, as I don't know her wrestling name. I can't think of the top of my head, so don't butch me on that. But we've seen her week after week in the crowd. In the crowd, we see QT Marshall flirting with her, making jokes with her, looking down at her like, ugh. And we're wondering, what? Why are you with the faces? You're with QT Marshall? You're with Cody Rhodes, technically? Guys, you might not say, well, technically she's not with Cody Rhodes. Okay, technically she's not, right? Technically she's not with Cody Rhodes, right? Well, guess what, guys? Today, they had a fucking press conference. Pardon my French. They had a press conference, right? And like I said, I know QT Marshall wasn't technically this is obviously an old product. They probably recorded it last week or the week before. They had a press conference. Cody Rhodes was talking about he's gonna beat Jack Hager and continue to be TNT champion. Blah 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 blah. But if you look in the background, you see QT Marshall next to the Bunny. What? Why is the Bunny face? What did guys, I know I've been missing for like 3 weeks. But did I miss something? When did the Bunny become face? Can someone please tell me that? Let me know, because I'm confused. Maybe the possibility. Listen, there's a possibility that maybe she's there to get in the head, because they are doing an open challenge. We're supposed to do an open challenge every week. They only did it once, I believe, last week. So maybe in the couple weeks they'll do an open challenge, and maybe she'll be out there with QT Marshall, and they'll be talking. And maybe she'll hit him in the balls, and then maybe Butcher or the Blade will come out and win. Maybe that's a segue. But come on, man. I just had to get that from my chest. Brian Cage. Taz did his little things. Oh, well, Brian Cage is the best. Blah, 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 blah. Brian Cage is the best. Right? No one can stop Brian Cage. No one can stop the path of Cage. All right. Taz is great on the mic. I'll give you that. Brian Cage destroyed some nobody, some backyard brawler, somebody I don't even know who he was. I don't even get. Once again, if it was somebody, I barely saw him because he got destroyed within like a minute. Taz came in the ring and he had the mic. He tried to talk for like a second, and he's yelling, "Turn on my mic! When I grab the mic, you turn the mic on." Where is he? John, where are you, Johnny? We don't see you, John. You're supposed to be here. Guys, once again, this was actually pretty cool. I don't know if they were going to fight tonight or what exactly they were going to do tonight, but I think they were supposed to have like a face-to-face tonight or something. And obviously with Jon Moxley having the possibility of having COVID or just being in contact with COVID in general, he obviously couldn't be there. So it was funny because Taz took it upon himself to make that into the story, and I loved it. So he's yelling, "Where are you at?" Blah, blah, blah. And then he looks in the camera. He looks in the camera, face to face. He's like, "There you are. Yo, Brian, look it. If you look through the lens, you see him right there sitting on his couch at home, sitting on his ass. He don't want to be here. He knows Brian Cage is bigger than him. He knows Brian Cage is going to stop him. John, do you really think you got what it takes to beat this man? Do you really think you could stop the path of Cage?" And it just went on and on. But like I said, Taz is great on the mic. Taz is honestly one of my favorites on the mic. Taz and Paul Heyman are by far two of my favorite managers. Big Swole. So you had Britt Baker out there in her little golf cart talking trash, having Tony read the message and saying that Tony, you might have Big Swole, you might have put me in the dumpster last week, but you were the only trash here, and blah 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 blah. Big Swole did not like that. Big Swole came out. It was trying to like yell at her, and Britt Baker's like, "You can't get me," because Britt Baker's in the golf cart with this plexiglass, and Big Swole's like, "Okay, fine, whatever, bye, see you later," and walked away. And then instead she jumped on top of the back of the golf cart, grabbed the trash can, and dumped trash on top of her. I thought that was pretty funny. Santana with Ortiz versus Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy won the match. Santana and Ortiz attacked Matt Hardy. Attacked him, and then the private party came to save them, and then Santana and Ortiz rolled out. The last part of the show was Jericho face-to-face with Orange Cassidy. Jericho did all the talking. Orange Cassidy just sat there and listened. Orange Cassidy got sick of it. Orange Cassidy got sick of it and attacked Jericho. At first he did the little shin kicks that he does, and then he speared him and started punching him, and they rolled out the ring. Jericho started fighting back. They wrestled in the crowd, and they did not care about social distancing. They did not care about social distancing, let me tell you. They were fighting the crowd back and forth. It was pretty good back and forth. It was pretty good. The show itself, 7.5 out of 10. And before I get started of what I got to say next, I probably will be talking for the next 5 to 10 minutes about stuff that I really don't want to talk about. I really don't want to address it because it's just... But I'm a wrestling podcaster, so I have to. So first off, 7 out of 10. AEW lost to NXT, and I don't know if these are the official numbers, but it was like AEW had 100,000 viewers, and NXT had 100,000, something beyond those lines. Now, Sammy Guevara You're the first guy on my list I'm going to talk about, and that's only because I was talking about Jericho. Sammy Guevara was also not on tonight's show. And for you that don't know, Sammy Guevara was in some trouble. A few years ago, on the whole effing show, he made a statement, and he said, "Bro, Sasha Banks, oh my God, when I was at the WWE tryouts the other week, I just wanted to go effing rape that woman. I just wanted to go effing rape that woman." Guys, here's my thing. Dark humor is one thing. Dark humor is funny. We all love dark humor. We all love dark jokes. Not all of us. We all laugh at stand-up comedians making racist jokes. We all laugh at stand-up comedian making rape jokes. We all laugh at these dark humor jokes. But when you are not in that predicament, and I won't say you're not in that predicament. Everyone's right to their entitled opinion, but you are a wrestler. You are somebody who was in the same building as this woman. So by you saying, "Man, I wanted to go effing rape that woman," that just, I know you're joking, but someone else might look at it as like, what if he was somewhat serious? What if Sasha Banks and him were left alone for 5-10 minutes and something would have actually happened? I'm not saying it would have, but that's just these dots that go to people's heads. My opinion about the thing is, I personally what he said did not bother me. Because listen here, this kid was young. I mean, he's only he's 26 years old, so he was probably 21, 22 when he said this. So he's definitely old enough to know what he said. But he wasn't huge back then. He never thought he would be where he obviously wanted to be where he was. He wants to be a champion. He wants to be a wrestler. He wants to be big. But back then he was just an indie wrestler. He was an indie star. So he never thought in 4 years he would become this huge thing. And that doesn't give him the right to say what he said. But I'm just saying, guys. And this is why, I mean, even me, like, I try to be careful what I say on my podcast, because 4 years from now, not God forbid, I mean, like I said, it'd be cool. 4 years from now, if I'm a big, like, let's say a commentator or, like, some type of wrestling podcast for ACW, my local thing, or something big like that, and I actually am working for a company, and then, like I say, if I say something that I would regret, and then 4 years from now, "Oh, man, Big Mike's Entertainment, back in 2020, he said that he would rape I don't know, something," I would get hate for that. "Oh, I can't believe Big Mike's Entertainment would say something like that." So you gotta be careful what you say, because no matter what, even if you delete it, someone's gonna find it. And that's all there is to it. I was going to say, so there's that. I hope he's suspended from AEW, definitely for now. He is going to he's going to see treatment and counseling and stuff like that, and after all that, AEW will review his whatever and see where he's at then, and they'll talk about possibly bringing him back. But as of for now, he won't be on TV probably for a while. And that sucks. Sammy Guevara is one of my favorite AEW wrestlers, and I am pretty sad to see him go. But I understand. He did apologize. Him and Sasha Banks had a conversation about the whole thing, and they talked it all out, and everything's pretty much good on that part. But Sasha did say he needs to learn from his actions, and she hopes he learns from this, and hopes other people learn from his mistakes. Joey Ryan, next guy on my list. Joey Ryan got fired from, I believe, TNA for sexual assault. I'm not exactly what the story behind that one. So, if you guys, I'm sorry about that. I did not get the story on that one. Same thing with Jimmy Havoc. AEW is giving Jimmy Havoc some time off, paying for his rehab, and so I didn't know this. Me and my buddy were talking about this last night. So Jimmy Havoc, he's a very hardcore alcoholic. And he was at a bar, and he said something to some girl, and people didn't like that, and AEW found out about it. So AEW said, we're not gonna fire you, we're not gonna get rid of you, we're gonna give you a chance to go to rehab, get looked at, and then reevaluate his contract and his everything after that. That's awesome. I respect that. I hope Jimmy Havoc gets his help he needs. Matt Riddle. Candy Cartwright accused Riddle of pressuring her into sex. Pressuring her into sex acts against her will. So supposedly, this story, I don't know, like, once again, I don't know the whole story, but supposedly they were driving to a wrestling show, and there was two people supposedly in the back seat. I believe Matt Riddle was driving, and Candy was in the front seat. And Matt Riddle asked for oral sex and stuff like that nature, and supposedly pressured her into doing it, and they did it, and she decided 4 or 5 years later to tell somebody about it. And here's my thing, before I get hate saying why do you say it like that, because here's my thing, there was 2 people in the back seat, okay, so there's 3 people technically who could have said something about this situation. But then they say the 2 people in the back seat, they were asleep and they didn't know about it. How the hell did you sleep through all that? Like, the cars would be moving, the horns would be honking, the seat's gonna be leaned back, probably hitting dude's knee or girl's knee, whoever's in the back seat. There's gonna be a lot of shit happening in the back seat. You would think someone would wake up, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it happened. I don't believe anything happened until proven guilty. So Matt Riddle, Jimmy Havoc admitted to it. Joey Ryan as well did not. I don't think Joey Ryan admitted to it. So Joey Ryan, Matt Riddle, and as of now, that's it. That's the only thing I talked about so far. So there's that one. There's more, guys. You heard the page turning. There's more. A woman named Becky has accused Jack Gallagher of getting her drunk on New Year's Eve in 2014 before making unwanted supposedly Jack was sitting down on a chair or whatever. Jack asked her to sit on his lap. He then sat on her lap and started touching her and stuff like that. WWE has released Jack Gallagher. There's more. Brock Lesnar. Yeah, you heard it right. Brock Lesnar has been accused of sexual harassment by WWE diva Terry Runnels. Terry Runnels said I don't have a lot of respect for Brock Lesnar. I don't think Brock has respect for the wrestling fans as well. She said he showed her his penis. So yeah, he showed her his penis as she walked. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry, guys. He showed her his penis as he was saying her name while she was walking past the dressing room. Brock, what are you doing, man? Once again, not proven guilty. Not guilty until proven guilty. So, this girl worked. Different story. Marty Scurll now. Marty Scurll, let's do. Girl worked for IPW. She was at both shows this week and would go to the after parties as well. Somebody there would buy her drinks. She would get drinks. Underage would get drinks. She was drunk. She was 16, and she was drunk. She bumped into Marty Scurll. Told her, let's go back to the hotel and let's get dirty. Let's get dirty with it. She told him she does not have a key to her hotel room, but her friend does. She walked back inside and told her friend she was heading off with Marty Scurll. Her friend would not give her the key, thought it was a bad idea. They went back to the hotel anyways, knowing there was no key, and they had sex. I believe they had sex outside, like on some type of chair. Like she gave him a blowy and did some other things. She She claims it was not consensual because she was drunk. And I can't think where he's from at the moment. But where he's from, 14 is the legal number. You could have, and I'm not saying that's right, but 14 is the legal number there. And I think it was I don't know, and I don't want to butcher it, so I'm just not gonna say anything. But wherever they were, and where he's from, and where he lives, wherever they were, it's legal technically. Technically, it's legal. But her issue was, so that's why when you guys, so before you guys hear the story, say, "Oh, it doesn't matter if it's consensual or not," because she's 16. Wherever they were, it's normal. It's legal. It's legal to have sex with a 16-year-old. I'm not saying it's right, but it's legal. Legal. Shout out to you, J-Dub, if you are listening this long. Legal, okay? And I don't want your nasty tots, okay? Alright. That's an inside joke, guys. Don't judge. So, she's also claiming she got raped by Dan Elder, who is the producer of the company that she works with, IPW. And when she told him about the situation, when she told him about the story, he was, I guess, jealous of it because he obviously had a thing for her as well. So he was jealous and was mad and said he'll never book Marty Scurll again. Guys, one more. And this one I don't have much about. Well, I guess I kind of do. Not really. So multiple sources said the Valentine Dream has hit them up in the DMs. And there was one where this guy was talking about, how do I get buffer, how do I get stronger, and the Dream asked him if he had a girlfriend. He said no, and he said that sex is the best cardio workout. And then he asked him for a profile picture of him, and pretty much said that this conversation needs to stay between us. And then there was another one that he sent, this is the first one that happened. He sent a picture of his penis and told the girl to send a picture back. And I think there's one more case. So there's 3 different sources saying that the Dream has sexually assaulted them via DM. Once again, they showed screenshots, but nowadays kids can make Photoshop pictures. And I'm not saying he's not guilty. I'm not saying no one's not guilty. I'm not saying that. So guys, please don't hate on me and say you guys stop taking I just don't believe anyone's proven guilty. They made the same mistake with Enzo Amore when that stuff happened. It turned out that was all false, so they fired him for no reason technically, and he became psycho, so whatever. But come on, guys. Guys, can you believe it? I recorded another podcast. Okay. If you guys made it this far, if you guys didn't, I don't blame you. But if you did, and you were just listening to me talking right now, you guys gotta give me a favor. And you guys oh, by the way, guys, what do you guys think about the new profile picture? Shout out to my dude who made it for me, Legion of Good Podcast, with the fire, the ring, I gotta do intro music too. I do intro. Big Mike's Entertainment, back at it. Legion of Good Podcast, guys. I'm proud. I'm happy. Like I said, this is just fun. This is just me having a blast doing it. But I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Big Mike's back with the Legion of Good Podcast, and he's better than ever. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Na 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 na. Guys, follow my social medias. If you have not followed me yet, what are you doing? Legions of Good Podcast, Legions of Goons on Facebook, Legions of Goons of Legion on Instagram, and Legions of Goons on Twitter. follow me. Subscribe to Big Mike's Entertainment YouTube channel. Subscribe to Spotify. Guys, I love you. Stay humble. 40 minutes. Let's go. I will be back next week. You better bet your ass I will be back next week. Friday, maybe Thursday, but by Friday, I'll definitely have an episode up. If I don't, I'll quit. If I don't post by Friday, I'll quit. I'll retire from wrestling. I will never record a podcast. If I don't have an episode up by Friday, guys, this is giving me a reason to post. If you don't hear from me next Friday, I will never post again. I'm going to watch New Japan probably tonight, and I will talk about that possibly tomorrow. So you might see another episode tomorrow, but no matter what, if I don't post tomorrow, and even if I still do post tomorrow, if I don't post by next Friday, for sure, AEW, episode number 10, or 9, 10, I don't know what number we're at, I quit. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay humble. Black Lives Matter. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep fighting. Peaceful protest. Don't take grain for salt. Don't let people hate on you for the color of your skin. It's ridiculous. That NASCAR driver. Man, can you believe there was an African-American, the only African-American NASCAR driver, and somebody put a noose in his, area where his car was at? That, guys, it's disrespectful. Here in Wisconsin, I'm not sure exactly where in Wisconsin, but there was just an African-American girl who was burned alive, I believe. I had to read the whole article, but someone pretty much started her on fire. Guys, racism is not okay. It's not cool to be racist. You're not born racist. You're taught it. And it's disgusting. I personally was raised to love. And, I'm not trying to be emotional, but I have 4 amazing, beautiful nephews and nieces who are mixed, but Mexican and African American, and I love them dearly. And it scares me that stuff like this is happening in the world, and like I said, I'm not trying to be emotional, but it scares me. My nephew is going to be 13 in September, and he don't look mixed. He looks like an African American man, and I love him dearly, and it just scares me that one day something like this that's happening right now is going to happen to him, and it's scary. It's fucking scary. Guys, Black Lives Matter. All lives cannot matter until Black lives do. And I'm sick of hearing it. Fight for what's right. Fight and show people that we are America and we stand together. We are all the same person. We all bleed red. I'm sorry that this got off topic, but it had to be said. And that's the reason why I wasn't really posting the stuff that happened to George Floyd, and the stuff that happened to that guy at Wendy's that got shot by the cops as well. And all the stuff that's happening is just sickening to my stomach. And I'm not saying all cops are bad, because at the end of the day, I met some good cops in my day. And there's cops right now standing up for what's right. And there's cops right now that are putting the guns down and stepping away from the force because they don't stand for what's going on. And so, not all cops are bad, but they are putting a bad name on cops. And something needs to be done. I don't know what. If it's better training, if it's you one strike, you're out, or something, because the camera on the badge and the camera on the shirt is not working. It's not. Guys, I'm sorry. I get off topic, but once again, back to normal, back to life. Black Lives Matter, make America great again. And I'm not saying that for Trump, I'm saying that for racism. Bring the racism down. Make America great. Finally. Not again. Make America finally good. And make it a no-hate world. Guys, it's been real. Big Mike's Entertainment. I love you all. See you guys next Friday. Possibly tomorrow. Peace out.
Wrist so icy, wonder why she like me